can unmute it now. Hello, everybody, and welcome into this Friday night softball action between the Columbus Catholic Dons and the Owen-Withee Blackhawks. We are right into this one. Leading off for the Blackhawks is Alyssa Grasky. First pitch, 2-1 the count, make it 2-2. Pitching tonight for the Dons is Hayley Zimmerman. That one's high for ball 3. That's a swing, and that one's tipped back for a foul. Count stays at 3-2. So 3-2 the count to Grasky as she grounds that one out to Zimmerman at the mound, and that'll be an out at first base to start this one off. The Dons coming off a loss last night at home to Gilman, and the Blackhawks coming off a loss to Neilsville where they lost that one 4-17. Both teams come in winless, so somebody's going to come out of this one with their first win of the season, as that first pitch is a ball to Dakota Shelton. That one's a strike. 1-1 the count. One out here in the top of the first inning. Big swing and a miss from Shelton there for strike number 2. That one's low for ball 2. Count runs at 2-2. And pitching is Hayley Zimmerman tonight for the Dons. Dakota Shelton at the plate for the Blackhawks. That's swung on and fouled off. Count stays at 2-2. So another conference game here tonight, here in the Clover Belt Conference with the Dons and the Blackhawks. That one is shot out into right center field, and that'll be good for a single for Shelton. So Shelton reaches first on a base hit, and that brings up Sydney Halida. Halida, the catcher for the Blackhawks. That's a swung on and miss, and off the catcher's mitt, and that will allow Shelton to reach second, as that's strike 1 to Halida. That's just outside for ball 1. That one's low for ball 2. 2-1 the count, rather. That's a big swing and a miss for strike number 2. Count evens at 2-2. Again, Owen-Withee comes into tonight's game at 0-3. Columbus also at 0-3. That one's high and outside for ball 3. Count runs full. to Sydney Halida. Runner at second, 1 out. As that one's grounded over to third base, under the glove, and Halida will reach first on an error from third baseman Daringer. That brings up Amelia Petke. Petke, the first baseman for Owen-Withee tonight. That one's fouled back. Won the count, runners at first and second. That's a big swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. 0-2 the count now. Petke, the lefty. That's low for ball 1. To the count. That's right down the middle. Zimmerman catches Petke looking for out number 2 here in the first inning. That brings up Katie Erickson. Erickson, the center fielder for the Blackhawks tonight. She checked her swing there, but it's a strike anyways. 0-1 the count now to Erickson. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. That's low for ball 1. It's a chilly day here at the Marshfield Fairgrounds. About 48 degrees and some wind. That one's in there for a strike. 1-2 the count to Erickson. That's a big swing and a miss from Erickson there. And that's out number 3 here in the first inning. We'll take a quick break and be right back right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
Ball worked around higher, launches a 3, got it.
So a good win for Mosinee tonight.
Ty Pankratz picks it. Simone at first in time, and the Stratford Tigers are state champions.
The Wisconsin Rapids Assumption Royals are your Division 5 state champions.
Small Williams, Jay Slag Daddy, first Slag Kazakage, letting y'all know, running back from the Green Bay Packers, that I am in the house.
At Superior High School, where we have a beautiful facility, artificial turf. This ballpark, relatively new, built.
You belong in your home!
I'm in the house.
Today's broadcast for the Eau Claire North Huskies, number 2, averaging 22.2 points per game. 3:22 into the game, and we see Whitewater's Ken Larson make his way in for the touchdown. And we have with us former Amherst Falcon, former Wisconsin Badger, Tyler Biadish. Tyler, thanks for joining us.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, switch to US Cellular and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G, plus no activation fees. So you can stream, capture, and post without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
Northside Computers is Marshfield's U.S. Cellular store. Visit us on South Central Avenue in Marshfield for the latest Samsung, Apple, personal cellular devices, tablets, and more.
Hello everybody and welcome back as we get set to start the bottom of the first inning. And pitching for Owen-Withee tonight is Raina Arndt. And leading off for the Dons is Sierra Daringer. Daringer coming off a 2-hit performance last night against Gilman. She had 2 base hits. 2 for 3 on the day was she yesterday. Again, Raina Arndt on the mound for the Blackhawks. That one's grounded to Arndt and out at first base. So a quick first out here for the Dons. That brings up Sam Casperson. Casperson at shortstop tonight. As she checks her swing on that one, a smart choice. That one was in the dirt, and that'll be ball 1. Swung on and hit to Arndt again, and another out at first. First baseman Amelia Peck had to come off the bag for a bit there, but get your foot back on it to get out number 2 early on here in the bottom of the first. That brings up pitcher Hayley Zimmerman for the Dons. That's a ball there on the first pitch. That one is shot up to the second baseman, and she can't come up with it. So Zimmerman will reach first. As Autumn Bender, the second baseman, tried to barehand that one, not able to come up with it. That brings up Alyssa Reith, second baseman for the Dons. That one's high and over the catcher's head, and Zimmerman will head to second as that's ball 1 to Reith. So 1-0 the count. Runner at second, 1 down. That one's low and in the dirt for ball 2. That one's an attempted bunt from Reith, but that one's going to be fouled back just off the bat of Reith there. 2-1 the count. That's low and in the dirt again for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Zimmerman at second. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. That's low, and Reith will take her base. That brings up Rayla Schuler, the first baseman. So runners at first and second. Schuler up to bat. 2 down as that one's bunted down, and an errant throw over to first, and that will bring Zimmerman home. Reith on her way home, and she'll get there as well. So 2-run score for the Dons off the errant throw to first. So Schuler is going to get all the way to third on that. And that brings up Brianna Duda. So 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. All the work's been done for the Dons here with 2 outs. First pitch is a ball. out on the mound here. Looks like they're going over some footwork maybe. Out on the mound with Arndt. Duda back to the plate. And she puts a bunt down, but that'll be fouled off. One the count. That one's lone in the dirt for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Runner at third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. She puts the bunt down, and that'll be just fouled off. So heady play there by the Blackhawks infield to not field that one. That evens the count at 2-2. That one's lone in the dirt for ball 3. Count runs full to Brianna Duda. That one's right down the middle for strike number 3. And out number 3. And we'll take another quick break and be right back after this.
Need incentive to get started at Mid-State Technical College? 1-2-3 for free can save up to $900 on tuition. Start this summer if you'd like. No catches, no application fee or essays to write. 1-2-3 for free at Mid-State. Get started at mstc.edu.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the second inning. This is Cale Jacoby alongside Al Byral doing the production for us tonight. And with that, we'll hear from our friends over at Fleet Farm. Fleet Farm's Garden Center is open. Pick up annuals, perennials, shrubs, and vegetables. Plus, make your yard look great with lawn fertilizers, tools, grass seed, power equipment, lawnmowers, and more. Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955. That first pitch is a ball to pitcher Raina Arndt, leading off for the Blackhawks here in the second inning. That one's low for ball 2. Dons lead 2-0. That pitch is low in the dirt for ball 3. 3-0 the count. Zimmerman at the mound. Arndt at the plate. That one's high for ball 4. Arndt will take her base. And that brings up second baseman Autumn Bender. That one's right down the middle for strike number 1 to Bender. Pitch 2 is low for ball 1 rather. Oh, and they call that a strike. Oh, just one. So 1-2 the count. That one's outside for ball 2. That's swung on and grounded over to first base, and she'll tag her in the baseline. So Bender's tagged out, heading to first. For out number 1 here in the top of the second, that brings up third baseman Carmen Moser. That one's high for ball 1. So Arndt advances to second. So you got a runner at second, 1 out. That's a big swing and a miss from Moser there. 1-1 the count. She swings on that and fouls it back into the fence for strike number 2. So 1-2 the count, runner at second. That one's just outside for ball 2. That's right down the middle. So Moser's caught looking. That's out number 2. That brings up number 2, Autumn Nelson. First pitch is a strike. That one's another strike. 0-2 the count to Autumn Nelson. And a big swing and a miss from Nelson there. So another strikeout for Zimmerman, and that does it for the top of the second inning. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the bottom of the second right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken of Marshfield has been voted Best Pizza in Marshfield 12 years in a row. With popular choices like broccoli bacon cheese, drunken chicken, or any of the 25 specialty pizzas, Scotty's is ready to earn your vote now at 715-384-8118. Choose Scotty's for pizza, chicken, subs, sandwiches, and more. Carry out, dine-in, and delivery. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set for the bottom of the second inning, as the Dons lead 2-0 over the Owen-Withee Blackhawks. As some errors in the infield for the Blackhawks did them in there in the bottom of the first inning, and the Dons took advantage of it and scored 2 runs. And it'll be Arndt on the mound for the Blackhawks. Another reminder to check out some other games going on at Zaleski Sports. Here right now we got Hudson and Marshfield baseball going on here in Marshfield, as well as Neelsville and Greenwood softball, DC Everest and Marshfield tennis, Mosinee, DC Everest softball, Green Bay East and Manitowoc football. Got some spring football, and then Owen-Withee and Columbus baseball we have going on right now as well. That game starts at 7. The Dons take on the Blackhawks in baseball. So 8 games broadcast tonight here on Zaleski Sports, and they're all free. Go to ZaleskiSports.com to check them all out. As first pitch is a big swing and a miss from Hayley Van Wy, the right fielder. It's 0-1 the count. Here's the Dons lead 2-0. Checks her swing there for ball 1. That pitch is high for ball number 2. 2-1 the count to Van Wy. And that one's called a strike. Evens up the count at 2-2. That one swung on and fouled back, so Van Wy stays alive. Two the count, nobody on. That's a big swing and a miss on a high pitch. She'll try to reach first and she'll be out. That brings up left fielder Janelle Hopt. So one down. One down here in the bottom of the second. That one's bunted down. And a good bunt there. We'll see if the throw can be made to first. It cannot. Not in time. So Hopt reaches first on a bunt. That brings up catcher Matea Schlavsky. She got set for a bunt, but pitch in the dirt, so she smartly pulls that one back. 1-0 the count. Runner at first, 1 out. Columbus leads 2-0. That pitch is way high and past the catcher. Hopt will reach second. That's ball number 2 to Schlavsky. That pitch is low for ball 3. So 3-0 the count to Schlavsky. Arndt on the mound. That one's going to be way low for ball number 4, and Schlavsky will take her base. And that brings up leadoff hitter Sierra Daringer, the third baseman. Daringer grounded out her first at-bat. She gets set for a bunt, but pulls it back. Ball one. As Hoff steals third and Schlosky steals second. So runners at second and third now as the umpire clears off home plate. So runners at second and third. 1-0 the count to Daringer. That one's outside for ball two. One down here in the bottom of the second. That one swung on and grounded. Yeah, it must have just well, now it's gone. It must have just disconnected somehow. We'll see if it's back on. I think we're back now. Yeah, we're back now. Welcome back, everybody. Having some technical difficulties on our end, but I think we got that all figured out. And in the midst of that was an errant pitch that allowed Janelle Hoff to score for the Dons. So the score's 3-0 now. That one shot out into center field, and that allows Schlosky to come around and score. So Daringer with the base hit as the count was full. And that brings up Sam Casperson, the shortstop. 1 out. 4-0 the score. That one's low as Daringer is stealing second, and she'll get there easily. Owen-Withee, catcher and pitcher, did not notice that one. Catcher Sydney Halita didn't see Daringer heading over to second on that one. So that's ball number 2. 2-0 the count. Runner at second, 1 out. That one's low for ball 3 and gets by the catcher again. So Daringer will head over to third. So the Dons are in position to score another run here in the bottom of the second inning. That one's called a strike, but just past. Guess catcher Halita again.
This one right now, let's go.
3-1 the count, and that's ball 4. So Casperson takes her base. And now some more errant throws out in the infield is going to allow Daringer to score, and Casperson tried to get over to third, but she's going to be called out. Trying to reach third. So wild sequence of events there. With Owen-Withee struggling to make some throws and catches there in the infield that allows Daringer to score. So it's 5-0 now, and that brings up pitcher Hayley Zimmerman. And she shoots that one out into center field, and she'll have herself a base hit. Will Hayley Zimmerman. So 2 outs. That brings up Alyssa Reith, the second baseman. 2 outs. Wreath up to bat. Runner at first. That one's in their first strike as Zimmerman going for the steal, and she'll get there easily. So 0 on the count. Zimmerman at second now. That pitch is low and in the dirt for ball 1. Dons lead 5-0. Ball 2. 2-1 the count, 2 down. That one's low, and Zimmerman easily jaunts over to third. So the Dons effortlessly making their way around the bases with little to no resistance from Owen-Withee tonight. That's swung on and fouled back by Wreath. That's in there for strike 3, so Wreath is caught looking. And that'll do it for the second inning. We'll take another quick break and be right back after this here on Zaleski Sports.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Hello everybody and welcome back as we get set to start the third inning of play here as the Dons lead the Owen-Withee Blackhawks 5-0 off some errant throws in the Blackhawk outfield, as well as some timely hitting from the Dons. And with that, we'll hear from our friends over at Draxler Transport. Draxler has flatbed driving opportunities that pay you a 5 cents per mile premium over van. At Draxler Transport, drivers are always home for their requested time off. Draxler Transport is a family-oriented company that treats you like family. Visit DraxlerTransport.com to apply today. And a big thanks to all of our sponsors here at Zaleski Sports for allowing us to bring you guys live sports all year long, all free at ZaleskiSports.com. That brings up leadoff hitter Alyssa Grasky for the Blackhawks, as the first pitch was a ball. That one's outside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count here in the top of the third. Blackhawks down 5-0 as that one's fouled back into the fence. 2-1 the count now. As Grasky grounded out her first at-bat. Zimmerman out at the mound for the Dons. That one's high, but just hits the top corner of the strike zone for strike 2. 2-2 the count. That swung on and missed by Grasky, so another strikeout for Zimmerman. Zimmerman with 5 strikeouts now in the first 3 innings. That one's grounded over to second base, now over to first, and she can't come up with it, so an error in the infield there from the Dons allows Dakota Shelton to reach first. So it was Schuler unable to make the catch on the underhanded throw from Wreath. That brings up Sydney Halida, the catcher for the Blackhawks. Runner at first, one down. That's high for ball one. (1-0) the count here in the top of the third inning. That's a ball. So 2-0, Dons lead 5-0 here in the top of the third. That pitch is a big swing and a miss from Halida there, 2-1. Halida reached on an error her first at bat, and another big swing and a miss from Halida there. Has Zimmerman looking for her 6th strikeout of the night. That one's outside for ball number 3. Count runs full to Halida. And that one's popped up, and it'll fall. So Halida will reach first on, we'll call it a base hit. So that sends Shelton over to second. So runner in scoring position now for Owen-Withee, as that brings up Amelia Petke. Petke, the first baseman. She grounds that one over to first base. And that'll be an easy out at first, but runners will advance to second and third. So 2 outs as Katie Erickson comes up to bat now for the Blackhawks. Erickson struck out her first at bat. That one's right down the middle for strike one. Runners at second and third. 2 outs, 0-1 the count to Erickson. That's a big swing and a miss from Erickson there. She struck out swinging her first at bat. That one's high and away for ball one. So 1-2 the count. The Dons trying to get out of this inning without giving up a run with runners in scoring position. So that's low for ball 2. Count evens at 2-2. That's a big swing and a miss on a low pitch, so another strikeout. As Erickson strikes out for out number 3, we'll take a quick break and be right back with the bottom of the third right after this.
Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com. Jason Zaleski here to tell you that Hewitt's Meat has you covered with simple, easy, and free home delivery. Residents of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin get free. That's right, free delivery on every order from Hewitt'sMeats.com. Choose from bratwurst, wieners, bacon, jerky, sausage, cheeses, ham, snack sticks, gift boxes, and even the popular grillers. With over 50 flavors of bratwurst, Hewitt's Meat with free delivery will please your entire family. Visit the store in Tomahawk, Marshfield, or Hewitt's Meat on Facebook today.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the bottom of the third inning. As it'll be Rayla Schuler leading off for the Dons. And with that, we'll check in on some of the other games going on here tonight on the Zaleski Sports Network. Marshfield baseball is down 3-0 to Hudson in the 4th inning. And we have Neilsville and Greenwood softball. That game's tied at 3-3 in the top of the 5th over there in Greenwood. Also got DC Everest and Marshfield tennis going on tonight as well. We got Moseley DC Everest softball coming up later tonight, as well as some spring football between Green Bay East and Manitowoc. Schuler pops that one back for a foul, does Rayla Schuler. So strike 1 with Arndt still out on the mound for the Blackhawks. Don's up 5-0. That one's fouled back again, 0-2 the count. Both teams looking for their first win on the season. It's still early on here in this spring softball season. Both of these teams have played just 3 games. That one's low for ball 1. Again, as we've talked to a lot of coaches here of these spring baseball and softball teams, there's plenty of players out on the field this year with the circumstances that haven't had much, if any, varsity experience. That one's grounded, and that'll be out at first base. The wind picking up a little bit here at the Marshfield Fairgrounds. Schuler's out at first, and that brings up Brianna Duda. Duda pops that one up. Close to the fencing here, over by our little setup over here. That'll be a foul ball from Duda. So 0-1 the count. But again, a lot of teams having to deal with a lot of lack of experience on their teams this year. That one is popped right short and out at first. So Duda will be out at first base. So it brings up Haley Van Wy, the right fielder. So a lot of teams having to shake off some rust after not playing these sports, at least these organized versions of these sports with their schools for 2 years. Pitch 1 is a ball to Van Wy. Pitch 2 a ball. Van Wy struck out back in the 2nd inning, her only at bat. That one's high for ball number 3. So 2 down, nobody on for the Dons as they lead 5-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Pitch is hot, way high, as Van Wy will take her base. And that brings up left fielder Janelle Haupt. Haupt reached on a walk her first at bat. That was in their first strike as Van Wy goes for the steal, and she'll get there. And that one gets past the second baseman and out into the outfield, so Van Wy will steal all the way to 3rd. Some more infield troubles for Owen-Withee. counts 0-1, make that 1-1. So 1-1 the count. 2 hopped. Runner at third, 2 down. As that swung on and fouled off. Puts the count at 1-2. That pitch is high and caught, and Van Wy caught in a pickle. She's going to reach home. So Van Wy with some nifty footwork and decision making there to put Owen-Withee in a pickle there, and Van Wy is going to score off of it. So the Dons with another score, 6-0 now. That brings up catcher Matea Schlofsky. Oh, it's still hopped, rather, as the count runs full. That one's low. Hop takes her base, and now Schlofsky will come up to bat, as Hopped will take her base. So 6-0 now for the Dons. That one's hit up the infield for a base hit for Schlofsky. So the Dons doing all their work with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. That brings us all the way back to the top of the order with Sierra Daringer. So runners at first and second. As Daringer shoots that one out into deep right field, and that will get well past the right fielder. As 2 runs are going to score, Daringer's going to have a triple. And it gets past the third baseman, so Daringer's going to come all the way home. So we'll call it a triple for Daringer. She reaches home on the air. Nonetheless, 3-run score for the Dons. It's a wild sequence of events. That brings up Sam Casperson. That pitch is high for ball 1. So 9-0 now. Dons lead. Another ball, 2-0. There's one more run for the Dons, and we'll be on official mercy rule watch, as that's 10 runs after 5 innings. That one's low again for ball 3. Again, the Dons have done all this work here in the third inning with 2 outs. First 2 batters grounded out, and their next 4 have all scored. That one's down the middle for strike 1 to Casperson. 3-1 the count. And that one's high for ball 4. Casperson takes her base. That brings up Hayley Zimmerman. Zimmerman had a base hit her last at-bat. Reached on an error first at-bat, so. Runner at first, 2 outs. As that one shot down the third base line, and Zimmerman will have another single. As Casperson heads to second, Zimmerman to first on the base hit. Dons just catching fire here in the third inning. Runners at first and second as it brings up Alyssa Reith. And that one right by the catcher, so runners will advance to second and third. 1-0 the count. Reith walked her first at bat, struck out on her second. It gets increasingly chilly here at the Marshfield Fairgrounds as that one is a swing and a miss from Reith. Count 1-1. Quick timeout on the field as Coach Zimmerman talks with Reith. As it's 48 degrees here in Marshfield with 11-mile-an-hour winds from the north. Sure feels like the winds are coming in even stronger than that. Count is 1-1 to Reith. That one's high. 1-2 the count. 2-1 rather. She swings and hits that one down the third baseline, but fouled off. 2-2 the count as the Dons have now officially made it all the way through their order here in the third inning. So that one's high for ball 3. Count runs full to Reith. Aren't on the mound for the Blackhawks. That one's low. Reith will take her base. As it'll be Rayla Schuler up to bat for the second time this inning. She grounded out on her at-bat. Her first at-bat here in the inning. So the bases are loaded with Casperson at third, Zimmerman at second, and Reith at first. And Schuler up to bat now for the Dons. And again, first two batters were 2 quick outs for the Dons. That one's fouled back. So the Dons have scored all 3 of their runs here with 2 outs. That one's popped out into left field and caught. And that'll do it for the third inning. We'll take another quick break and be right back with the top of the fourth right after this.
Really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
Your snow adventure awaits at Power Pack in Marshfield and Irvs and Tomahawk. We're ready for snow. Stocked, locked, and loaded with 2 stores of inventory and the best selection of snowmobiles and off-road machines in the area. Activate your adrenaline on your new Polaris snowmobile, side-by-side or ATV. Save up to $1,500 on 2020 models. Plus, check out our snow gear from all the leading brands at both locations. Don't wait. Your adventure starts today at Power Pack in Marshfield and Irvs Sales and Service in Tomahawk. Your snow adventure destination.
Back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the fourth inning here with a windy and chilly night here in May. As we'll get a chance to hear from our friends over at Spectrum Benefit Solutions. Spectrum Benefit Solutions with offices in Wausau, Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, Medford, and Spencer. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started. Leading off for Owen-Withee here in the 4th inning is pitcher Raina Arndt. Arndt walked her first at-bat. That one's called a ball. 1-0 the count to Raina Arndt. That one's low for ball 2. It's high for ball number 3. So 3-0 the count, nobody on. It's a leadoff hitter for the inning, Raina Arndt. That one's down the middle for strike number 1. That's low for ball 4. Arndt will take her base. And that brings up second baseman Autumn Bender. It's low, ball 1. Zimmerman a little low with their pitches here to start this 4th inning. It's low again, and that'll get past the catcher as Arndt will head over to second. 2-0 the count. Some swung and fouled off. 2-1 the count. Runner at second, no outs here in the top of the 4th. That one is chopped up and it hit the batter. A dead ball called, and that'll be out number 1. Some welcome sunshine starting to shine through here. That brings up Carmen Moser. First pitch is a strike. Moser struck out looking her first at-bat. That one's low for ball 1. Runner at second, 1 down, 1-1 the count to Moser. That's low for ball 2. That's just inside for ball 3. 3-1 the count now to Moser. That one's fouled off for strike 2. Count evens at 2-2. That is ball 4 rather, as Moser takes her base. And that brings up number 2, Autumn Nelson. Nelson struck out swinging her first at-bat in the 2nd inning. That one's high for ball 1. That's low and in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Runners at first and second. It's Arndt at second, Moser at first, Nelson at the plate, Zimmerman on the mound, and have a meeting on the mound between Zimmerman and Schlofsky.
Five steps. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep coming.
That pitch is high for ball number 3. Zimmerman just missing the strike zone on some of these pitches here in the 4th. That one, she doesn't miss. That one's right down the middle for strike 1. That one just hits the top of the strike zone for strike number 2, so the count runs full to Autumn Nelson. Again, runners at first and second, 1 out. That one's down the middle for strike number 3 as Nelson is caught looking. So 2 down now as we're back to the top of the order for the Blackhawks with Alyssa Grasky. Grasky grounded out and struck out her first 2 at-bats. She swings and misses on the first pitch there for strike 1. And runners at first and second. 2 down. That one's outside for ball 1. Dons lead 9-0. As Owen-Withee just trying to get on the board here in the 4th inning. That one's right down the middle for strike number 2. 1-2 the count to Grasky. And a big swing and a miss for Zimmerman's 8th strikeout to end the 4th inning. And with that, we'll take another quick break and be right back with the bottom of the 4th right after this.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
With more winter snow on the way, make your way to Chili Implement. Chili Implement, located conveniently between Marshfield and Chili, just north of Highway 10, is ready to help you make snow removal easier. Visit Chili Implement and see how their complete selection of Kubota and Cub Cadet snow removal machines will simplify your winter. Chili Implement open Monday through Saturday for sales, service, and parts. Chili Implement will also help you finance your next purchase. You can also see more at chiliimplement.com.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start this bottom of the 4th inning here between the Columbus Catholic Dons and the Owen-Withee Blackhawks. Dons lead 9-0 as they look to get this lead up to 10. If they do that, if they get the lead up to 10 and don't give up any outs in the 5th, the game will be over. As leading off for the Dons will be Brianna Duda. It looks like we do have a pitching change for the Blackhawks. And it looks like that is Dakota Shelton making the switch. Again, Shelton makes the switch to pitcher. Again, leading off for the Dons is Duda. First pitch is a ground ball for ball 1. Duda's grounded out. Both are at bats. That second pitch is another ball. 2-0 the count. Another ball. 3-0 the count. Shelton in at pitcher for Owen-Withee. That one's low for ball 4. Duda takes her base. Now it looks like Raya Daringer subbing in for Van Y in the lineup. That one's low for a ball, gets past the catcher, and Duda will head to second. So 1-0 the count to Daringer, Raya Daringer. That's low and past the catcher again, so Duda will head over to third. And that's ball number 2. So Shelton still trying to find the strike zone. As that one is shot out into left field for a base hit for Daringer. So Daringer with a base hit. She brings in Duda. And she'll head over to second. So Duda comes home, and that is the magic 10th run for the Dons. That one's low and past catcher again, so Daringer all the way over to third. As it's Janelle Hopt up to bat for the Dons. The count's 1-0 to Hopt. And a low pitch. Hopt swings at that one for strike number 1. And that one looks like it hit. It hit Hopt in the calf, the heel area, and she'll take her base. So runners at first and third for Matea Schlosky, the catcher. First pitch to Schlosky is popped up in the field of play and unable to make the catch, and it's called a foul. So 0-1 the count. Schlosky pops that one up. Foul. That one's popped foul as well. This one over the fence. Again, time 6. About 6:15 right now. Be sure to tune into Columbus baseball tonight as well. That starts at 7 o'clock. They're also taking on Owen-Withee at home. Be sure to tune into Columbus baseball. It's one of 7 games we have on the Zaleski Sports Network tonight. As that one's low, past the catcher again. So Hopt heads to second. So runners at second and third now. That's Matea Schlosky. Grounds that one to the pitch to Shelton. She can't come up with it. Dons are going to score another run. It's Daringer coming home. Shelton not able to corral the ground ball there. That'll be Schlofsky heading to first on an error. And Hoft heads to third. So runners at first and third. That brings up Sierra Daringer. As she shoots that one out into center field, and that one's going to fall. So Daringer with another base hit. And that brings in Hoft to make this thing 12-0 Dons. Schlofsky over to second, so another base hit for Daringer. She's got 2 base hits and a triple tonight. One's high for ball 1 to Casperson. Sam Casperson has grounded out, walked, and walked again tonight. That one's a strike. That one's fouled off for strike number 2. Again, still no outs here in the 4th inning either, so down still with some opportunities to score as that one's grounded over to third, through the glove of the third baseman, as Schlofsky is going to score. And some more miscommunication. Lack of urgency there in the field for Owen-Withee allows Daringer to head all the way to third, Casperson to first. That brings up pitcher Hayley Zimmerman. That one's high for ball number 1. Casperson debating stealing second over there at first. So runners at first and third, no outs to Hayley Zimmerman. That one's low, and Casperson's going to easily steal second. So Don's up 13-0 here in the 4th. That one's low and past the catcher again. Runners won't advance. They'll stay at second and third. As the count's 3-0 to Zimmerman. That one's low and past catcher again. And Zimmerman will take her base. And brings up Alyssa Reith. Reith has walked, struck out, and walked again in her 3 at-bats tonight. As Coach Zimmerman takes a quick timeout to exchange some words with Reith. Again, the Dons up 13-0. Well, this timeout we'll check in with Marshfield baseball taking on Hudson. Looks like they're on break there, so again, another reminder is it's 13-point deficit now. If the deficit stays above 10, 5th inning will be the last inning of play tonight. As we may have a substitution for Reith. And we will. It'll be Sydney Moritz coming in at the 4th spot in the lineup. The lefty, Sydney Moritz. checking in on Marshfield and Hudson. Marshfield leads 5-3 now. That one's a strike. So Marshfield was down 3-0 in the fourth inning. Now in the fifth, they're up 5-3. 1-1 the count. Big swing and a miss from Moritz there. 1-2 the count to Moritz. And the bases are loaded to Moritz. That one's low for ball number 2. 2-2 the count to Sydney Moritz. And bases loaded, no outs here in the fourth inning. That one's high. Runners will stay. Count runs full at 3-2. That's a big swing and a miss and a strikeout on Moritz's first at-bat. So first strikeout for pitcher Shelton. Pitcher Dakota Shelton with her first strikeout, and that brings back up to the plate Rayla Schuler. Schuler's reached on an error and grounded out her first 2 at-bats. That one's a ball. That one hits Schuler in the foot. She'll take her base. And now we're right back to where we started here in this fourth inning with Brianna Duda. She walked earlier in the inning, grounded out her previous 2 at-bats. The Downs look to pile it on. That one, Duda had to duck out of the way, make sure that one didn't hit her. Nonetheless, that's ball 1 to Duda. 1 down. That one's a strike. One the count. That one is shot out in the deep center, and that'll hit the wall. It'll be a double for Duda as she brings in 2 runs. So a double for Brianna Duda, as both Daringer and Casperson score. Sends Zimmerman as it's 16-0. Brings Ryan Daringer back up to the plate. She had a single her first at-bat in this inning. So it's Duda at second, Schuler at third for the Dons, and 2-1 count to Daringer. That's a big swing and a miss. 2-2 the count to Raya Daringer. That's ball number 3. Count runs full. Again, Daringer with a single earlier in the inning. That's a swing and a miss. So a strikeout to Daringer. That brings up Janelle Haupt. She has walked on all 3 of her at-bats. That one she grounds out, and she will ground out. And that'll do it for the top of the fourth inning. We'll be right back with the bottom of the fourth right after this.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm the director at Little Sprouts. Little Sprouts has been a real great community. It's very family friendly. It feels like a big family to me, and being the new director here, I felt very welcomed into the family. I like the smaller family. Everybody knows everybody, and you all get to know everybody in the center, and we do family activities and much of a family atmosphere.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier. Treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the 5th inning. And if the Owen-Withee Blackhawks are not able to put up at least 7 runs in this inning, this will be the last inning and half inning of play of the game. This one will be over as long as deficit stays at 10. The Dons have taken care of business throughout the first 4 innings tonight. 16-0 over Owen-Withee, as it looks like, barring something crazy happening, the Dons are going to get their first win of the season. That one's fouled back. It's leading off for Owen-Withee. Here is Dakota Shelton, the pitcher. So 0-1 the count to Shelton. A swing and a miss there from Shelton. 0-2 the count. That one's low for ball 1. 1-2 the count. And it's still 5-3 in Marshfield baseball. Checking in on Neilsville, Greenwood. Softball has concluded. Greenwood getting the win in that one. That one just misses the strike zone there. 2-2 the count. Zimmerman looks like she'll pitch a full game today. That's a swing and a miss. Did she get contact on it? She did, so that one's fouled back. Count stays at 2-2. That's a swing and a miss from Shelton, and another strikeout for Zimmerman. Count those up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts for Zimmerman on the day. And that pitch is low to catcher Sydney Halida up to bat now. So Zimmerman with the 9 strikeouts. And she's also got a couple hits today as well at the plate. That was a big swing and a miss from Halida. With that, I remind you to check out the highlights of this game. It'll be posted to the Zaleski Sports Facebook page later tonight. We'll get a chance to talk to Coach Zimmerman as well as Hayley Zimmerman. We will talk to and have that interview on the highlights tonight as well. So stay tuned to our Facebook page, the Zaleski Sports Facebook page, for those highlights later on tonight. That one's fouled back, and looks like it hit the window of the press box. Looks like it didn't break, at least at first glance, so that's good, but the press box taking some damage. 2-2 the count now to Halida. That one's grounded on the first base line and fouled off. Third base line, rather. Two the count to Halida. 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Be sure to stay tuned for the Nasonville Dairy post-game show immediately following this one, as that's another strikeout for Zimmerman, her 10th. 2 outs now, just 1 more until the Dons close this one out, as that brings up Amelia Petke, first baseman. But again, be sure to stay tuned for the Nasonville Dairy post-game show at the conclusion of this one. This counts 1-0 to Petke. And at the end of this one, you might as well, at 7 o'clock, tune into Columbus Baseball, also taking on Owen-Withee tonight. So we'll have that game for you on the Zaleski Sports Network at 7. That one's right down the middle for strike number 2. Count runs at 1-2 to Amelia Petke. That one's just outside the strike zone. Evens up the count at 2-2. I want a shot out into left field, so Petke will have a base hit. Petke doesn't want to hear anything about this one ending. She keeps the Blackhawks alive. And that brings up Katie Erickson. She struck out her first 2 at-bats, struck out swinging. That one's a ball. So runner at first, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Katie Erickson at the plate, 1-0 the count. As she pops that one foul, 1-1 the count. Exchange of a softball. That's a big swing and a miss from Erickson there. 1-2 the count. And Zimmerman looks for her 11th strikeout to end this game. And that one's going to be just low for ball number 2. 2-2 the count. And that one's grounded to Zimmerman. Zimmerman over to first, and that will do it. So Erickson grounds out for out number 3, and this one is over. So the Columbus Dons pick up their first win of the season, taking down the Owen-Withee Blackhawks 16-0. Improves the record to 1-3 on the season. And with that, we'll take a quick break and be right back with your Nasonville Dairy post-game show right after this.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda, Edam, and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Welcome back, everybody, as we'll hear from our friends over at Awards & More. Quickly here, Awards & More is your one-stop location for awards, plaques, trophies, embroidery, screen printing, and promotional products. Awards & More is also the proud sponsor of the Zaleski Sports Athlete of the Month. Visit Awards & More on Facebook to begin your next trophy order. And it's time now for your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy has fresh cheese curds made daily. Be sure to head over to nasonvilledairy.com. So the Columbus Dons pick up their first win of the season, improving to 1-3 on the year. And as the Owen-Withee Blackhawks drop to 0-4, as the Dons look to build some cohesion and trying to string some good performances together here early on in this season, and they had one tonight, taking this one 16-0 over the Owen-Withee Blackhawks, the conference rival for the Dons. As some big stories from tonight's game, Hayley Zimmerman with 10 strikeouts rather, on the mound for the Dons, pitching the whole night, as well as giving up 0 runs on the night for Zimmerman. Zimmerman also had 2 base hits tonight. Sierra Daringer went 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a triple tonight. And Matea Schlovsky had a single tonight as well for the Dons. And that has been your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy has fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to nasonvilledairy.com. So from myself, Cale Jacoby, and Al Byral, we say good night, and we will see you guys next time right here on Zaleski Sports.